Welcome to Self-Reliance Armament. Today, Canik MC9. Welcome back to Self-Reliance Armament. I'm Drew Dorans, and today we are looking at the Canik MC9. Alright, so first, let's go through the good. The good is I did enjoy shooting this firearm for the most part. It's accurate, and you know, it doesn't have a heavy kick to it. It's pretty balanced. It has a phenomenal trigger, just like every other Canik does. See that? Great trigger, great trigger. So took this out to the range, and you know, we put about 200. I put about 200 rounds of a mixture of Fiachi Blazer Brass, aluminum blazer, and Federal HCT self-defense ammo. So, what were the results? I had 2 failures to lock back, 26 failures to feed, and 1 double feed. Now, it was all 115. I hear a lot of people saying, oh, 124, get it broken in and stuff like that. I don't know how much that makes a difference, but next time I go shoot it, I'm going to run some 124 through it to see if the issues correct itself in the first 200 there. First impressions aren't good. Outside of, you know, how good the firearm feels in my hands, and, you know, it shoots pretty well, but it's not reliable at this point. I have a Smith & Wesson Shield Plus that never did any of this. Now, to be fair, the 2 magazines that it comes with, 2 shorter magazines, I didn't have any failures to those at all. It was just the larger magazines I was having all the failures on, which is usually something that really, you know, attracted me to Canik to begin with at first, because you know, they use the same magazines for all the different firearms. So, I mean, they have shorter ones for the smaller ones, but the larger ones should go in and work fine. In this case, it did not. Use the same magazines I used on the Blue Bomber, so it's not the magazines. 26 failure to feeds though. This gun's gonna have to perform well in the next 800 rounds for that to be acceptable. Maybe it needs 124. I don't know. In my opinion, it was a 14% failure rate. 29 out of 200 rounds. You know, not good. I would not rely on this firearm at this time. But regardless, I'm gonna put another 800 rounds through. I'm gonna throw some 124 grain in there to see if that helps. If not, you'll see it in my full review. Now, for a $400 gun, $420 gun, depending on where you get it. Honestly, I'd rather pay $450 and get a Smith & Wesson with a optic cut on it. Sorry, I just don't see a value in a firearm that fails 14% of the time. So what does the MC9 come with? It comes with a hard case, it comes with a firearm, it comes with a holster, it comes with 2 magazines, it comes with different size grips, it comes with a little toolkit there, some cleaning rods, and of course the manual, the flag, and the lock. Right. So if you want to see the 1,000 round review of this firearm, don't forget to like and subscribe. Most importantly, share this video so we can grow this channel. If there's anything you want to see, just comment below, and we will go from there. Also, if you would like to check out some of our sponsors, we got Blackout Coffee and the New American. You can check out their links in the description below.
As a lumberjack, I've been cutting wood for decades. I see the wood, I chop the wood. My axe goes through every time. You remember when everyone bought all the toilet paper? And they wanted me to wear these things? And someone invested a lot of money into this stuff. They say I'm part of a global plan. I don't think so. It's too hot, it's too cold. You know what? The weather changes. We even hear crazy ideas on how kids should learn.
Here's the news, Dad.
Is it, son? Is it?
What about this one, Dad?
Nope. It's hard to tell what's real and what's fake these days. At the New American, they cut through the baloney and give me the truth.
Right now, you can visit thenewamerican.com and get 25% off your subscription.
Welcome back to Self-Reliant Armament. Today, we're going to take a look again at the MC9 from Canik. This is my final review. I am Drew Dorans, your host of Self-Reliance Armament. All right, so Canik MC9, show clear. All right, so the Canik MC9 is Canik's compact carry pistol. All right, so this one happens to be an FDE, but you can also get it in black. I also have the black one, and also there's one that is black and FDE. So the things that I like about the Canik, first of all, it has a great trigger. Trigger is nice and crisp with a very light reset. The other thing I like about Caniks is that you can change out this back strap, make a bigger gun, or a bigger hand on your gun, and it shoots okay. Not a whole lot of kick. It's balanced well. However, here comes the rub. Canik lovers are going to hate me. I would not trust this firearm with my life. Sorry, I will not. Alright. Let's start with the not so bad negatives. Alright. The slide is a little difficult. Really stiff. Alright, I have 500 rounds through it and it has not lightened up at all. Alright. It's hard to pull back, and in fact it hurts my fingers. However, it does have these nice serrated edges on the slide, on the front and back. Makes it a little easier. Right? If you don't use those, then whatever. Now, also, when I was firing this firearm, it was consistent, but it was not accurate. All right, it always shot low to the left, and I didn't have it too far, but it would still do damage, so not a huge deal. Probably a little tapping the front sight a little bit over, and doing a little shaving of the front post or the back post. Now, why won't I depend on this with my life? Well, the reason why this only got to 500 rounds because I got really tired of clearing problems. It seemed like every few shots, slide was locking back, failure speed. A lot. I tried different types of ammunition, and I don't know what it is. At first I thought it was just a full-size magazine, but this time I paid a lot of attention to what magazine was going into it. And it was doing it even with the magazines it comes with. So, even though, some of the Caniks I'm okay with, this one's not there yet. Alright, I know everybody that loves Caniks, they're like, oh, well, call customer service, tell them what's going on, and then spend $100 to ship your gun out to get it fixed, in about 3 to 6 weeks. For a $400 price point, that's not worth it. Because I can buy a Smith & Wesson Shield Plus for $450 and not have to worry about it. And when you're spending $100 to ship a gun out, you might as well change your price point to $500. Why not? That opens up a lot of different options, right? If you think $400 on a gun that doesn't work right is a good deal, or a gun that you can get good customer service with is a good deal, you're not one of those people that like to cry once. You're gonna cry multiple times. Sorry, it's the facts. Now, how do I know Canik customer service is, good and responds well? Because I have a Canik Rival, had a little less than 3,000 rounds through it, and the slide release spring broke. I owned it for only a few months. At that time, I was shooting competition with it every week, cleaning it, and it failed. I was at a competition. I had to go run to my truck and grab my Smith & Wesson Shield Plus, and I went and rocked the rest of the time with that. So I have a thing against Canik now. So I had to mail that Rival out, and when you mail a firearm, you have to have the insurance on it, and you have to have the signature needed to get it. So, so you're paying all that extra, you're insuring it, mailing it out. Canik does not pay for that. You do. So if you're spending $80 to $100 on mailing a firearm out, you might as well take that $80 to $90 and buy something more reliable. This is my second Canik that fails in operation. Granted, I do have a lot of Caniks. They are all packed up and ready to go. Away. I'm done. I'm done with Canik. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you're a Canik lover. I'm sorry I hurt your feelings. But in a situation that's life or death, I can't trust this. One of the main reasons to carry a gun is to have a tool to protect yourself. And if it fails, it's worthless. And customer service isn't going to help you when seconds count. Canik needs to do better. Fix your quality control. Put out a good product. You're getting there. Some of their products are good. The TP9s are... I've never had any problems with the TP9. But you need to fix it before I would ever trust it. I have not had a single failure on any of my Smith & Wessons. I haven't had a single failure on any of my Rugers. I haven't had any problems with my Kimbers. But my Caniks, I get problems all the time. So, take it for what you want, buy what you want, but remember, the whole purpose of a carry firearm is for it to work. And you know what? I don't clean my guns, guys. My Smith & Wessons, I put rounds through them all the time. My Smith & Wesson competitor has over 2,000 rounds in it. I haven't cleaned it once. Well, I haven't cleaned it since the initial cleaning. I clean my guns after the season, after the shooting season, and that's it. And it runs reliably. So I'm sorry I hurt your feelings with what I feel is not a reliable carry gun. Sorry. But it's true. My life is worth more than your feelings, and so is everybody else's life. Your life matters more than your feelings. Make sure your gun works. Now, if you have a Canik that works, that's great. I'm not saying go turn that in because it doesn't work, but you might want to think about it before you start carrying it. I know there's plenty of people that have had no problems. My black one doesn't have as many problems. It had problems at first, but if you don't own a Canik right now, I wouldn't go buy one, especially if you're on a budget. Don't buy a Canik. It's a lottery ticket if you get one that works. It really is. It's a lottery ticket, and you know, if you're on a budget, you can't afford for your gun to be a lottery ticket. So what do I recommend? I recommend a more reliable brand. Sorry, I just cannot recommend Canik to anybody on a budget. Now, if you're buying it because you like the Canik, and you don't mind going through the rigmarole of a poor quality control company, then fine, go ahead. I don't have that patience. When I buy a firearm, I expect it to work. You know, I also expect it to work just like the coffee I buy. Hey, guess what? Self-Reliance Armament, our sponsor, Blackout Coffee. You can get great coffee from Blackout Coffee, such as the Peanut Butter Cup. Great. Use code SRA20 at www.blackoutcoffee.com. Again, that's SRA20 to get 20% off. Peanut Butter Cup. So thank you for watching. This is Drew Dorans with Self-Reliance Armament, out.